Over America.
All right, Joe Popp Over America. And really fun couple of days. Past 2 days. I'm heading towards Indianapolis, but spent a little time in Woodstock, Illinois. One of my sponsors, Other World Computing, OWC, wanted me to play a show at their facility and show me around the place. And since they were so generous, I of course obliged, and I had a great time. I played a show in their lunchroom, not really a cafeteria, and just a really great time. Everybody's very nice and generous, and what a company. Super green. They have a turbine, they have solar panels, and really cool to see them spitting out merchandise from this warehouse. And I've been a customer of theirs for probably around 20 years, and they've just always been great to me, and they sponsored me with a bunch of hard drives for this trip, so really good time. I pressed on to Chicago to see my motorcycle friend Chris Zahner, who I met at the motorcycle show in New York City through my friends Joey and Malcolm. They introduced me to him because he was doing a documentary about Royal Enfield motorcycles. So I was going to meet up with him. He had to work, so I killed some time. I went to this place called the Angry Crab and had some really spicy crab, and that was good. And then I went to a place called the Phyllis Inn, which is a music venue, dive bar and music venue, and they actually had a big band out back that was just incredible. A bunch of guys playing, full big band, and that was just a riot. So I had a good time doing that. After that, I was able to meet up with Chris, and we just sat and chatted at his place for a long time, and caught up on motorcycle news and things like that, and just really nice to catch up with him. Called it a night. Met his cats, Mocha and Ash, and they were really funny. They were kind of hanging out with me as I slept in his living room, and got a good night's sleep, which was awesome. The next day, we got up, he had his Harley Davidson, he was in an accident. He kind of got squished by somebody making a left turn, and the person swerved around another car and ran him over and pinned his bike. And his 2016 Harley Sportster, that highly customized Sportster Roadster, just really terrible, just got it smushed up. So we had to bring his bike, we put it in his van and took it to the Harley dealership. And after that, we went back to his shop, and we did some work. I changed my oil, checked my tire pressure, tensioned my chain, lubed and cleaned my chain. I topped off my coolant, and he put together a Harbor Freight welding stand for his welding rig, and he actually welded some of the bolts on to keep them from backing off in Harbor Freight style. So, really good time working on our bikes. After that, went back to his house, and actually after that we went and he took me to Moto Guild Chicago, where I met Tony, and I'm going to be playing at Moto Guild Philly when I go to Philadelphia. And Moto Guild is like a place where you can bring your motorcycle and work on it yourself, or they actually do service. But what interests me is that you can rent a lift and put your bike up there and do your own work, and they had like 6 lifts there, so it's a pretty cool setup. They also do classes and things like that, so I'm really looking forward to meeting the guys at the Philly one, because I know a lot of them from Facebook and things like that. But it was cool seeing the one in Chicago just to check out what it's about. And then after that, Chris took me to a place called Federal, which is a custom builder shop, and these guys do just incredible custom bikes. They take these old CB750s and just a bunch of different bikes, and they, come up with a design, and then they custom fabricate a bunch of parts. They have a shop where they can do metal work and powder coating and things like that. So really nice to meet those guys too. And I of course gave everybody Popp Over America stickers. And after that, I went home. Chris had to go to work, so I took a little nap, and he went to work, and I ended up going to his place for dinner, where he treated me extremely nicely and took care of my dinner. And a place called Ocean Cut. I had half a dozen West Coast oysters. I had this wonderful grilled octopus dish, and then I had this amazing sirloin burger that was just out of this world. I couldn't even finish the burger. I had so much food. And poured me a really nice Flowers Pinot Grigio. That was probably the best glass of wine I ever had. So if you're in Chicago, go to Ocean Cut and see my buddy Chris. Tip him a lot because he's a great guy. After Ocean Cut, I kind of wandered around. I went to this dive bar called Rossi, and that was a really funny place. There was this couple making out right next to me, so I didn't stay there very long. I felt a little weird, like I was encroaching on their love time. So pulled out of there and walked around the block, and I couldn't resist going to Harry Carey's. He was the announcer for the Cubs for many years, and I used to listen to him on cable television when I watched baseball, and he was just such a really charismatic dude. Passed away, of course, many years ago, but I had to go to his place in sort of honor, and Chris met me after work, and we had a few drinks, and called it a night. Did some laundry at his place. We shot the bull for a while, then went to sleep, and woke up this morning, had breakfast at this place called Protein Bar, had some coffees, and went to his shop where he was going to work on his frame and get his frame prepped for a project bike that he's working on. He's going to get it ready for powder coating. So just a fabulous time in both Woodstock and in Chicago. And now I'm heading to Indianapolis for a couple of days. I don't really have any plans there, no gigs booked. I'm staying right near the racetrack, so maybe I'll go to the museum. I went there in 2012, so it might be worth another look. And just gonna have 2 days there, and I really need to kind of catch up on some sleep and some video editing and things like that, and some emails and whatever. But really having a good time on this trip, and enjoying meeting, seeing the people that I know, like Chris, and meeting the people from OWC. Like just everyone's pulling for me, and it's such a nice feeling. All right, that's it for today's Helmet Report. Popp Over America, over and out.
Popp Over America is made possible by support from Alto Music, Arai Helmets, Corbin Motorcycle Seats, D'Addario Strings, Hoffy Carbon Fiber Cases, Michelin Motorcycle Tires, Otherworld Computing, and Cena Motorcycle Bluetooth devices. Stay tuned for the next episode of Popp Over America.